I kindly request our Executive Director, Dr. S. Raghupati sir, to deliver the felicitation address. Sir, please, sir. I kindly request our HOD, Dr. P. Lungovan sir, to deliver welcome address. Sir, please.
Very good morning to one and all present over in this online platform. First of all, I take this privilege, immense pleasure to welcome our respected principal sir, who has provided a very good platform for organizing this webinar on drones for Industry 4.0. Next, I would like to welcome our Executive Director, SRM Trichy Campus, who has given us a very good technical guidelines on organizing this wonderful event on this special occasion. Welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome our faculty team for this webinar session. Because of them, this is highly impossible for us to organize this wonderful webinar on today. Next, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Mr. P.Nehru, Chief Instructor, AFI Technology, Coimbatore. He is going to enlighten all our minds of budding engineers of SRM Trichy campus. Welcome you, sir. Last but not least, I would like to welcome our distinguished student participants from the Department of ECE as well as TRPEC. I assure you that at the end of this session, you will be gathering more knowledge on drones for Industry 4.0. I would like to thank the organizing team for giving this wonderful opportunity to welcome the gatherings. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, kindly request our Executive Director, Dr. S. Raghupati sir, to deliver presidential address. Sir, please say.
Good morning to all of you. The respected chief guest, Mr. P.Nehru, Chief Instructor of AFI Technology, Coimbatore. Dr. Balasubramanian, my colleague in the campus. Dr. Ganesh Babu, the principal of TRPEC Engineering College. Vice Principal, Mr. Ramasubramanian. The HODs, the organizers, faculty members, and students. It gives me great pleasure to be part of this webinar on drones for Industry 4. This drones has been in the field for quite some time now, and it's a very exciting field. The working of it itself is an exciting field, but the prototype, the technology, the production process that are behind the drones manufacturing definitely is highly a precision work, because it has to take into consideration not only the goal for which this drones are manufactured, safety aspects will have to be considered, ethical aspects will have to be considered. And as we all know, it has several applications ranging from geographical mapping, agricultural drones, weather forecasting, entertainment, search and rescue operations, then plenty of other fields in which including the disaster management, plenty of other fields drones can be used of. including the shipping and logistics. It's a great opportunity and a new and emerging field in which faculty can do a lot of research along with the institutions like AFI Technologies. We need to engage the students also to give them an exposure of how to look at the concept of the drones. As I said, the safety and ethical aspects of drones, apart from its the purpose for which the drones are created. An expert is there, Mr.P.Nehru, who has been working with AFI Technologies. It's an exciting field. I want all the faculty students to make use of this webinar as a triggering point to learn more about drones and do research, publish papers, and the students can also pursue a career in drones. I heartily wish the organizers who have done good arrangements and invited a pertinent person, Mr. P.Nehru, who has been working with AFI Technology Coimbatore to address the students and the faculty and to give them an introduction and take them to further applications in drones. With these words, I again wish all the students, faculty members, HOIs, the departmental heads a very good luck to conduct many such more programs and add value to the students. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the valuable words, sir. Now I kindly request our principal, sir, Dr. D. sir, to facilitate the gathering. I kindly request our principal, Dr. B. Ganesh Babu, sir, to facilitate the gathering.
Yes, thank you. Very good morning, on and all present here. First of all, I would like to thank our welcome our ED sir and our eminent person, resource person, Mr. P.Nehru sir, Chief Instructor, AFI Technology Coimbatore, and all the organizers, ECE, and all the HODs from ECE and TRPEC faculty members. My dear student friends, it's another wonderful session. It's a very informative and very interesting session. End of this webinar, definitely I hope that all the student participants will have certain eye-opening knowledge about this drones for Industry 4.0. Definitely it will be a very good session. I hope this session is not only the final one, it is a very initiative. Hereafter, we can continue this particular area as a important and platform for the students. So I hope this session will be the wonderful session. Wish you all the best for all the students to give your thorough knowledge, and you can throw a lot of questions to the resource person. By that, you can learn so many things and you can continue this learning. This is a eye-opener session, but the session should be continued. So with these few words, I wish all the organizers and all the students for this wonderful session. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I hereby introduce our esteemed resource person, Mr. P.Nehru, Chief Instructor, AFI Technology, Coimbatore. He was graduated in Aeronautical Engineering in the year of 2013 from Kumaraguru College of Technology and ME in Aeronautics in 2015 from Excel Engineering College. He started his career as an aero modeler at AFI Technology in year 2015, Coimbatore. He is having 5 years of experience in the field of unmanned aerial vehicle UAV. He has conducted more than 80 workshops and training activities in various educational institutions across India. He has been worked as a technical instructor in R&D projects such as night vision surveillance UAV, agricultural drones, medical application UAV, high payload drop drones with customized autonomous facilities. He has trained more than 800 students in the field of UAV technology, and he is a senior UAV pilot and having experience of more than 300 hours in flying RC aircraft and drones. He was the technical support and test pilot for the UAV research projects. Now I request Nehru sir to start the session. Sir, please.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I think my audio is clear, right? So I welcome you all for this wonderful session on drone applications for the industry. So first of all, I'd like to thank all the organizers who have made a great work by arranging this type of workshops, and I wish all your future works to be success. So thank you again. So I'm going to start my session right now. So I'll start with the presentation. Before going for the presentation, so I think you already got the introduction of our company. It is AFI Technology. So it is located at Coimbatore. So what we are doing is we are doing aero modeling and this drones. So aero modeling is nothing but making miniature aircrafts, and we'll be testing it, how it will be flying, and what height it is attaining, what is the if you want to attach a payload and all, we will be making certain types of aircrafts. And for aero model, that is air show purpose, also we'll be making aircrafts. So other than that, for the past 5 years we have started drones also. So drones is nothing but it is having 4 motors, and with the battery power it will be flying. So we'll be using this vehicle in different applications. That is what it is going all around the world. So drones is nothing but a small vehicle. As a flying vehicle, you can call it as a flying vehicle. So that will be used for different purposes with attachments like camera or whatever the payload. Okay. So let's start the presentation right now. So I'm going to present you. Okay. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss by today. So what is a drone and why it is made, and what we'll be doing with the drone, that and all will be in that topic, and how the drones are getting controlled. Like if you want to move forward or backward, how it is getting controlled, that will be seeing in here. And what are the components that are responsible for the type of movements and flying, and applications where and all the drone is used, and how it is used in a survey purpose, and 3D mapping, that is the most emerging field in a drone right now, and the SLAM, that is a small interesting topic. So that denotes positioning of drones, and drone configuration, how the drone is differentiated in different types, and what are the sensors. Some of the sensors I have covered right now, as it is an initial session. So in future sessions I'll be covering all other sensors. So before going that, this is our company mission. So we are having a mission of training 1 million students by this year. So we have already have UAV R&D labs in 5 different institutions in our country. So we have conducted more than 200 workshops all around the country in this 3 years. So these are certain our activities. We are also training the school students, because if you are getting a knowledge from school itself, you can easily make up a lot of things, like you can think in a different way, because as we are engineers, our thinking is going in a certain straight only. So we will not be thinking out of the box. So but school students are different. They are thinking out of the box, because they can imagine whatever they feel. So that is why we are training from the school itself. So these are little clips. So we are also making some air shows, and we are displaying our we have around 200 aircrafts with us. So we'll be taking it to their schools and institutions, and we'll be showing to them, and we'll be showing flying also, how these things will be flying. A person will be like your normal aircraft. So it will be having only 2 controls. So with that, how it will be flying and all, we will be demoing there. So, and this is an agricultural drone used for spraying pesticides or insecticides. If you even if you want to use a fertilizer also, you can spray with that. So in this corona time, we have done that. What is it? Sanitizer spray in our local area in Coimbatore and Salem and all. So we have a picture with Salem collector and all. So we have done some works during that day. So this is a workshop that we have conducted in Nagarkoil, and hot air balloon also we are doing. So this is a little introduction of us. So now we'll move to the applications, how it will be applied. And after the applications, I have an interesting session on what are the parts involved, how it is flying. So we'll be covering that also. So this is the statistical data of drone usage. So mostly we'll be using for taking photography. If I tell drone to you now, you'll be imagining, so drones are used generally for taking photos. Okay, so around 42 percentage, 40 to 43 percentage of application is generally based on photography. So and 20 percentage is based on real estate. Real estate just for taking your survey of your land, and even if building work, construction work is going on, you can make a survey with the drones. So for that type, we'll be using utilities, nothing but our R&D works are going all around the country. So for that, we'll be using 10 percentage, and manufacturers also using the drones for moving the tools and certain components from one place to another in their industry itself. Okay, so government also will be using for forest survey and all. So these are some statistical data. So mostly we'll be using for photography. So students, just think it in your way to use it in different applications. Okay, I'll be listing certain applications also. So these are the 20 commercial uses of drone. So how you can use a drone in your daily life. So you can use for wind turbine inspection. So windmill is rotating for a long time, and it is a bigger structure. You can't take out all the blades every time in a periodic. So if you want to inspect now, you can use your drone to send closer to the drone, because centimeter level accuracy also we can get with the drone. So you can easily make a closer look with your camera, high definition camera, and then you can make a visual inspection. So first aid will be transporting the medicines or organs from one place to another. If air transport is the faster one, so we can use the drones there. So agriculture, as I told, you can use it for pesticide spraying, and even seed sowing is now a popular topic right now. So you can apply it for sowing seeds in a large area in a small amount of time. And security purposes, you can warn the traffic signals. You can usually use the drones to monitor somebody is crossing or somebody is making some overspeed and all. You can monitor with that. So gas plant also you can inspect. So these are some different applications. Okay, I'll showing it for a minute so you can easily get a note of this, how we can use for different applications. So one more application is also there, that is cargo delivery. So if your drone is capable of taking a big payload and all, you can usually what is that? You can transport one place to another. Like Amazon Prime delivery is right now going in US and all. So FAA already approved their drone. So they are now using their drone for shipping your orders. So cinematography, that is the most widely used one. So even in every film you will be having a drone shot in your films. So it is widely used with different high-end cameras. So you can prevent shark attacks to your small boats and all with a drone, because if you are looking from the long view, from like eagle view, you can easily see if the shark is coming near to the your boat and all. You can easily inspect with that. So search and rescue also you can do in sea and all, and even in land, in forest. So apart from different applications, these are some specific applications. So first one is your surveillance, and you can use it for agriculture. Agriculture itself, you can have crop inspection. So if you're having around 40 to 50 acres of land, so if you want to inspect a particular point, you can't take your camera, or you can't visit every time. So if you use your drone, and if it is having a special spectrum cameras, you can easily sense the color of the leaves. So based on the color of the leaves, you can easily identify the health of the crops. So with that, you can make some alternate efforts to make it grow healthier. So, and then power line inspection. Power lines, if you want to inspect a power line, you have to cut down the power. Without cut down the power, how to inspect? You can use your drones, but your drones should be magnetically proof. It should be magnetic. It should not affect with the magnetic field that is created with the power line. So that must be concentrated while designing your drone. So it must be capable of preventing the magnetic field, and it should fly. So you can make a closer look of power lines and the joints and all. So monitoring structures and buildings. So if a construction is going now, you can easily monitor with that, because for high constructions, you don't need to put your camera sensors every time and make a level. So if you use this type of drones, you can make a survey in a short time. So photovoltaic system is nothing but your solar panels. So solar panel is nowadays it is called a solar farm. So because it is placed in a wide area. So if you want to inspect a solar panel for any defect, you can't visit to every panels. So the better idea is you can make a drone flight around the solar panels and you can inspect with that. Archaeology, that and environmental monitoring is nothing but you can find the quality of air. In Delhi and all, they are telling the pollution is very larger compared to yesterday, compared to last year. So how they are doing, they will be fitting certain gas sensors in some polluted areas. So what you can do is you can use your drone and you can fit the sensors in the drone itself. You can easily send your drone to a polluted area or whatever the area you want to inspect. You can inspect with the drone. So with the collected data, you have two options. One is real-time observation, and one more is the drone has to go and record the data and it will come. So like sampling, it has to take samples from different heights, like altitudes and locations. So based on the sampling, you'll be comparing the sampling data. With that, you can estimate how the air is polluted and how much it is polluted. Okay. And fire detection. So if you fix a smoke sensor or fire detection sensor in your drone, so you can use it for fire detection purpose. Same like that, gas detection also. So these are certain fixed wing UAVs. You may be thinking that UAVs are nothing but only drones, that is rotary vehicles. So this a fixed wing is nothing but your wing is totally fixed. It is like an airplane. So this model will fly for long distance. The advantage of fixed wing UAV is you can fly for long distance in short time. But the problem with the rotary vehicle is you can't cover long distance in short time. The advantage is a rotary vehicle can hover in a particular point, and it can take a slow sensor data. But the advantage of fixed wing is you can cover large area, 3D mapping and all you can do. Even the smart city work and all going with the fixed wing only. And a recent update in news, you may be seeing that Mettur Dam is inspected with the help of being inspected with the help of the fixed wing UAV drones. And in Polymer also the news has came. If you can go to the website and recollect it, you can see the fixed wing only they will be using. So they will be flying for different altitudes. With that, they will be getting an exact data how much water is there and how it is widespread around the area, because it is one of the largest term in our state. So we'll be inspecting with that. So these are certain image comparison. So if you want to inspect something now, you may be thinking we can take image from the satellite, but the problem is the cloud intensity will be higher, so you can't get a perfect clear image. So if you take an image from a UAV, so it will be a clear image. So here itself we can see a clear comparison. So how it is clear and how it is updated one, because satellite data will not be an updated one, because it takes certain time to cross certain area. So it will be taking around 1 month or 1 week to cross the area. But the thing is, UAV you can take a real-time data. So this is what 3D modeling. If you fly around area in a different altitude and different location, you can easily model an area. That is modeled with the help of post-processing applications are there. So it will compare all your images. Like it is also like sampling. So it will take in R&D projects, how you can do is, first one is aerial assessment. That is nothing but your 3D mapping and 3D modeling. So data collection and analytics, nothing but how much landfall and all. If you want to inspect now, you can use it. So mapping, mapping and aerial assessment is a little bit related. So early warning system is if recent Niver and all Niver cyclone has came, no. So if you want to inspect the cyclone speed and all, they're inspecting with the help of satellite. So they know the altitude where it is. So if you want to fly, if you fly above the altitude, and you can easily have a clear picture of the cyclone, and you can have a clear updated information about the cyclone. You may be thinking, if you go inside the cyclone, it will make the drone to fall, but it is not the thing. So if you fly above the cyclone, you can easily get the data. So the some drones are capable of flying inside the cyclone also, because they are having some bigger motors and IP64 ratings and all. So the waterproof is there, and the disaster relief that is already going in our state. So they'll be, you can monitor where the water is going and where amount of water, how it is accumulated, so how to dispose it in a perfect way. So environmental monitoring I have already told you. So this is what current drone survey actions are going. Basically, through 2D photos are taken from the drones. After that, it will be compiled in a photography software, and it will be make a 3D. You can get the 3D information of the exact land layout. Okay. So as I have told, planes are very fast compared to your drones. So you can have a long range, because it is having only one motor, and your battery is also will not be consumed larger. So you can cover large area, and you have larger endurance. Endurance nothing but the timing of flying. Okay. So this is what we'll be planning. So we have a special software called Mission Planner. So with that, we'll be planning the waypoints. The points that are showing in the green color are called waypoints. So we'll be selecting in the maps, because before flying itself, we have to plan this. So you have to plan all the waypoints, and also height also you can easily mark it here. So you can see here distance between the images is 76 meters, and you can uh, or you can configure all the things like altitude and the speed, how much speed your drone has to go, and where to make a turn, and how to make the turn also. If you want to, this is a straight line map. If you want to make a spline, like, you can make it with the drone. So that is a special software called Mission Planner. So this is a grid layout of that. So the area will be covered with the drones, and it is not flying over the area in a different manner. It is flying in a manner called a grid manner. So you can see here from the point 20 to 19 is a straight line. After that, it is going to 18, and then it is going to 17 here. So like this, it will making a zigzag movement. So with that, you can have a clear data of exactly what is there. So okay, so this is nothing but VTOL technology, vertical takeoff and landing. So the advantage of multi-rotor is nothing but you have different, you have around 4 to 6 rotors in your drone. So quadcopter, okay. So you can take off anywhere and land anywhere. That is called as VTOL. So that is also called as copters or multi-rotors. So you can, if you want to make a 3D volume, if you survey a 3D volume like a building, so you can easily, you can't use the aircrafts there, because aircrafts are will not hover in a particular point. So for that, you have to use your drones. So drones will be hovering in a particular point, and it is a slow one. So you can easily take a full image of what is there, and you can easily model with that. Okay. So this is how a 3D mapping that can be done. Like hill areas, hill road areas. If you want to map, if you, because the landfall is the main problem there. So if you want to monitor that, you can monitor with the drone with the help of this 3D mapping. You have to compare the images taken in a particular period of time. So precise 3D control is needed for taking this type of 3D mapping. So SLAM is what simultaneous localization and mapping. So if you want to fly indoor and make a mapping, now you will not be having an access to your GPS. So what you have to do, you have to make an image positioning system. Okay. So it is nothing but with the help of your vision sensors and your sonar, and even ultrasonic sensors can also be used to make a 3D model of your indoor. So where the wall is there, where the pathway is there, if you have to know. No? So with the help of an image systems, you can clearly model the area. So recent, if you have an option, you can go and search for search for the image processing drones. That will give you an exact data of how it is modeled. So once the drone is flying in a particular area, it will be modeling the area with the help of the thermal sensors and IR sensors with that. Okay. So you must have a collision avoidance, because your drones are having propellers. If it is go and hit somewhere, or if it hit your hit a people now, it will damage that, and drone also will be damaged. So to avoid that you need a collision avoidance systems. It is nothing but your ultrasonic sensor, or lidar also can be used. And radar is also used for measuring the distance between your drone from the land or whatever the obstacle. So lasers also used, and alternative sensors. So if you are flying low and slow, means you can get a perfect data. So for mapping, so acoustic mapping is nothing but you have to use up certain frequencies. So based on the reflection time and the reflection intensity, you will be mapping the surface. So we'll be using some acoustic sensor. So for measuring that, your drone should be slow and it should be lower. If it is going high, very high, means what will happen? Your signals will not reach the drone. So even the drone signals will not reach the ground. So for that purpose, we will be using the VTOL drone. So these things are there. You will not be simply thinking obstacle avoidance, or taking sensor data not with your lidar or range finders, or some lasers. You can use your acoustic also. That is why I have shown this slide. So the frequency we will be using is more or less equal to 4 kilohertz. So it can easily be filtered out. Okay. So air sampling, I have already told you, know, though if you want to measure the air quality, you must have air sampling method for measuring the sulfurs and nitrous oxide in the air. So you know that nitrogen and oxygen is the major constant in air. So nitrous oxide or sulfur components is the dangerous one. So if you want to measure the intensity in the industrial area, you must have air sampling between different points. So once you get the data, you can compare, and you can easily get an output of how much it is polluted and how much density of gases are there in a particular area. You can easily monitor with that. So you have this is what I have given samples of air from specific altitude with the timestamp. So with particular time in 5 seconds before how it was, and 15 seconds after how it was. So you can easily compare. So radiation sampling based on the electromotive force, okay, electromagnetic radiation or electromotive force, based on the radiation levels, you can calculate if a disaster is going to happen. You can predict earlier. So recent explosions also came, no? So I don't remain exactly. So if you monitor with a drone, you can easily aware of the disasters to be happened, and you can easily relocate the people surrounding there, because you can't what is that you can't stop any natural disaster or the disaster that is going to happen in a chemical area, because it is not easy to stop. So better thing is you have to avoid. So to avoid, you must make a periodical survey in that area. So based on that, you can easily avoid such disasters. So virtual observation tower, there is a conceptual idea. If you can able to make a project in this also, you can do it. So if you deploy your drone in a particular height in a different area, you can easily survey the area, because if you want to take off between the trees and all, it is a little difficult. So if you have some survey towers, you can easily take your drone there. With that, you can easily take off, because as I told, the multi-rotors is the slowest one, and you can, for surveying small areas, simply we can say you can use your multi-rotor. For surveying large areas, you can use your fixed wing aircrafts. So this is how it will be used. The tower, the closure will be opened, and you can take off your drone from there. So even from ship and also ship, you can take off your drone. So apart from all these things, all the drones came under the concept that is FPV. FPV is nothing but first person view. So before anyone viewing the image, you are viewing. That is the first person view. So like an eagle eye view. So generally, it will be used in 3 applications in earlier days. That is racing drones. They will be conducting a competitions for racing drones, and freestyle is nothing but making a stunt in the air. And next one is aerial photography. For 3 applications, it was earlier used. Now the drones are capable of taking a lot of payloads. So as it is capable of taking payloads, we are attaching some sensors there to use for different applications. So by just getting the application, you will not be getting knowledge of making drone. So you must know what are the components involved in drones for that is responsible for flying the drone. And once you know that, you will be knowing which motor to be selected and which ESC to be used and which controller to be used. Okay. So that is why I'm covering these slides right now. So freestyle flying is nothing but you can make some aerobatics. Aerobatics is nothing but stunts. You can make loops or rollovers you can make with a drone. So this is a sample racing drone image. It is having 2 cameras here. One is for real-time live view and next one is for recording the live view that we are seeing, because right now we have only analog signals transmission. In DJI and late high-end drones are having a light bridge technology for their image transmission. So it can cover up to 7 kilometers with a 720p live view. But in your normal local shops or in India, if you want to buy a video transmitter and receiver now, you have only analog transmission. So your cameras will be analog cameras. So analog cameras video quality is little bit quality less compared to your HD cameras. That's why we are using 2 cameras here. The advantage of racing drone is it can reach up to 100 kilometer per hour speed, because it is having only tiny motors, so it can rotate at faster RPM. Okay. So, and next one is, this is for racing drones. The difference between here is little bit only. You'll be using a different ESC for racing, and you'll be using only a smaller capacity battery for racing, because it will add weight if you use some larger batteries. Okay. So aerial photography, you know, this drone in your marriage functions and everywhere they are using, people, photographers are using. So we are using for taking the HD images. So this is a famous brand, that is DJI Phantom 4 Pro. So apart from this, these are the 4 controls we'll be using in drone. First one is roll, pitch, yaw, and thrust. Roll is nothing but to move towards right and left. Total, your drone will be moving towards your right and left. Now you'll be using this roll control. In your transmitter, you have a roll control there. And the movement that is going forward and backward is nothing but called a pitch movement. Okay. Towards your lateral axis, the movement will be there. And yawing movement is nothing but if you want to change your camera heading direction, you can change, like you're turning your head, like that, the drone will be turning. That movement is called technically it is called as yawing movement. So local people will be calling it as a rotational movement, which is called as yawing movement. Okay. Thrust is nothing but for getting height. So if you increase your throttle, the drone will be going height, and if you decrease it, it will be coming down. So these are the main controls in all the drone. So these are certain parts of your freestyle drones. So freestyle drones, we have a BLDC motor. It is a brushless DC motor. So we have a propeller here. It is a gentle pitch propeller, not a higher end pitch propeller. It is a gentle pitch propeller. So pitch is nothing but the twist in the propeller, how much the propeller is twisted. Okay, it is not meaning the diameter of the propeller. It is meaning the twist in the propeller. So next one, we have a flight controller. This is responsible for controlling your drone. If you are giving forward or backward, it will sense your stick input, and it will send the controls to the speed controller of the motor. So with that, the motors are nothing but an actuator. So it will vary the speeds. So based on the speed variation, your drone will be moving in a particular direction. So HD action camera and a crisper image. Okay, crisper image FPV camera. So FPV camera is your first person view camera. It is an analog camera basically. So you have a LiPo battery. So this is an image of freestyle one. So all your drones will come under these three systems. One is your flight system, and next one is power system, and the third one is FPV system. So FPV is your camera system, power system is nothing but your battery, and flight system is this. Okay, flight system. These components are called as flight system components. One is your motors, and the next one is propellers and the speed controllers. So how much speed your motor has to rotate, this thing will decide. This thing will send signals from the controller to the motors. And the flight controller, that is the brain of the drone, and the radio receiver. So I have not included radio transmitter here. So radio receiver is the component that is in the drone. That is why we have given the radio receiver. So if you are sending say signal from your remote, this receiver will receive and it will decode the signals and it will send to the flight controller. So this is the power system. One is your battery, and you can't connect directly battery with your ECE or whatever the controller, because the voltage is little different. So you need to use a power distribution board. The board is capable of giving different voltage currents for the particular component, because if your cameras, for example, it will be using only 12 volt, but your motors are capable of flying with 6 cell batteries. So each cell is nothing but 3.7 volt. So 6 into 3, it is around 22. So it's 22 voltage. If you give to the camera, it will burn off. So you have to use the power distribution board. So FPV system is having 3 components. One is camera, and one is video transmitter, and then antenna. So why I have mentioned antenna here is based on choosing the antenna, quality of the antenna, your video signal range will be there. If you are using some circular polarized antennas, you will be having a long range. If you are using directional antennas, like patch antennas, if you are using, it is a directionally range one. So if the direction is changed now, you will not be getting the signals. So you have to use some polarized circular polarized antennas, omnidirectional, and there are different topic. It is a different one. So I'm just giving an overview of this thing. So absolutely, the motor is the driving force for your drone. So we are using brushless motor in the bigger drones and brushed motors in the tiny drones. Tiny drones are called as micro aerial vehicles, and some bigger drones are called as unmanned aerial vehicle. So it will be coming in the category of UAV. MAV is a micro aerial vehicle that should fit under the 15 centimeter square. Okay. So these are the components will be there in your brushless motor. It is not like your DC motor. Here the coil is stationary, and the bell, the part is called as motor bell, that will be rotating. It is having a permanent magnet here. Okay, it is already magnetized, and this is a shaft. So these are the coils. Okay, I think ECE students are here, and you know how the motors are rotating with the help of the Faraday's laws and magnetic induction. So by governing all these laws, the motors will be rotated. So here we have 3 poles: phase A, phase 2, and phase 3. So this is a 3-phase DC motor. Okay, so this is the stator height, and this is stator width. Based on this 2 values, the motors are rated. Like 2216, if you are telling it is a 2216 motor, 22 is 22 mm diameter and 16 is 16 mm height of your stator. So this is what a brushed motor. Brushed motor will not be, it is a different one, like your normal motors, DC motor. So the center armature will be rotating, and you will be having brush for that. Okay, and the brushless motors absolutely is not having any brush. So these are different propellers for racing drones, and you have for bigger drones also same configuration of propellers. Even 2-blade propellers is also there. So propellers are denoted with the help of size. Okay, sized, that is inches, diameters. Okay, size and then pitch. For example, it is if you are telling I'm telling 10045 propeller is nothing but 10-inch propeller, and 45 is 4.5-inch pitch. So 4.5-inch, it will be curved from the center. This is the center. It is called as a root. Okay, from center to tip, the pitch will be 4.5. So if it is 5045 is 5-inch diameter, and 4.5 is the pitch. So this is your transmitter. We will be sending the signal from your hand to the radio receiver in the drone. So there are different types of, a lot of different transmitters are available in the market. So based on number of channels, based on the brand, you have popular brands here. Nothing but I am showing here is a FR Sky. So we have High Tech, Futaba, and Spectrum. They are all famous brands, and it is a very costly one transmitter. So you must choose a perfect transmitter for your drone. So if you lose your, if the range is very lower, or it can be interfered with other transmitters, you'll be losing your drone. So choosing the transmitter is very important while making the drone. So this approximately costs around 30 to 35,000. This transmitter I'm showing. So it is a basically 16 channel transmitter. So what frequencies we'll be using for communicating the drone is nowadays we are using 2.4 gigahertz. In earlier days we'll be using 27 megahertz and all. The problem with megahertz frequency is you have to use a bigger antenna. So and also you can't cover large area with that. So gigahertz frequency, the transmitter is compact and you can easily cover the around 1 to 2 kilometer easier. So these are all some old frequencies, and we are also using the 433 megahertz right now for the telemetry data. So telemetry is nothing but the location of the drone and the height of the drone and the parameters like what is the airspeed and what is the distance between one waypoint to another waypoint. So if you want to measure, you can measure with the telemetry system. So telemetry system will send the signal from the drone to your ground control station. So we will be using right now 433. 915 also can be used, but is restricted in India. So you have to use only 433. Based on the millivolt ranging, your range will be different. If you are going for high MVs, your range will be different. So generally, lowering the frequency is larger the antenna. That is the main concept. So for sending the video, we are using 5.8 gigahertz. That I have not mentioned here. So this is the platform firmware of the transmitter. Like your phone and laptop, your transmitter is also having a software, because high-end transmitters are having software type. So if you want to update your transmitter, it must have an OpenTX platform. So based on that, you can save a lot of different models. If you are having around 20 different models, you can fly with the same transmitter. If you buy a receiver and if you install in your drone, you can bind every time and you can use. So for saving your model data like trim data, you can save a lot of model data based on your transmitter updates. So transmitter, if your transmitter is updated, you can do a lot of actions with the drone. Even telemetry data can be displayed in the transmitter itself. You don't need a special computer for getting the data. Even if battery is going to low on a transmitter itself will send a voice message to you, so you can easily identify. So battery is going to dry, I have to land, like that. You can get the informations. So these are some receivers that I have told, radio receivers. So the receivers are capable of getting the telemetry also. That is coming in the high-end transmitter. So normal transmitters will be doing only six to 10 channels. So basically a 4 channel is needed for a drone to fly. 6 channel is for taking auxiliary actions like return to launch or fail-safe actions. If you want to deploy a payload in a particular point, you can use the channel. So by using a servo, you'll be doing the actions there. So this is how the protocol is defined in a drone. So the signal that is sending from transmitter to the receiver is called as TX protocol. That is a bidirectional one. So because that receiver will give you information about your battery status and your drone status, also it will be giving. So that is why it is a bidirectional one. And the RX protocol is nothing but the communication between your receiver and your flight controller. So based on your flight control is also having a special smart port option. So you can connect your telemetry port from the receiver to your flight controller, so you can get the data directly in the transmitter. So these are some protocols we'll be using in different brand of transmitter. First one I have shown the FR Sky. So they will be using D8 and D16. Even LR2 also they are using. So Spectrum is a brand from America. So they are using DSM and DSM M2. DSMX is the latest one. So the frequency hopping spread spectrum and all. So that is what the Spectrum spectrum waves. Okay, in protocols I'm telling you, and Fly Sky is the one that is easily available in India. They are using a AF HDS protocol, and Fudaba is a brand that and they are using FASST1. Hitech is also a brand from Philippines. They are using AAFHS. That is a popular brand. If you are planning to buy a drone or if you want to make a drone, just go with the Hitech, Fudaba, and Spectrum. Then they are very good brands. So RX protocol is nothing but your pulse width module and parts per module. S-bus is a combination of all signal into a single wire. So if you want to cut down a lot of wires in your drone, you can use S-bus protocol. Even FlySky is having an I-bus protocol. You can use that. So this is the components that is there in a FPV. First one is your camera, and next one is your video transmitter, and goggles is your display device. If you wear your goggles, you can feel you are flying in the sky. Okay. If you are seeing in a monitor, you can't feel the flying. So if you want to feel the live flying, you can use your goggles. Okay. So this is what I have told you, the power distribution board. So it holds the current for different components. So I have told, video transmitter. If you want to send the power to a video transmitter, you can take it from here. So if you here only you can connect the batteries. So if you want to use a 5-volt output, you can take it. So here you can connect your ECEs and you can connect your battery here. So B is nothing but battery eliminator circuit. Okay. So batteries only will decide how long you are flying and how much range you are covering. Okay. So it is generally denoted with the help of mAh, that is milliampere hour. So based on mAh, your endurance will be. Okay. So LiPo, we have two different batteries, but as per the look, it is looking same, but the difference is it is lithium polymer batteries, and another one is lithium high voltage batteries. Okay, that will give best performance, but the problem is it is a costlier one. So this is how drones are sized based on the battery capacity, and if you have a drone, if you want to choose particular battery now, you can use this tabular column to choose a particular battery for your drone. So for example, I can tell you, if your drone is very small, okay, around 100 mm your total diameter is now, you can use 3.7 volt batteries. One cell is 3.7, so that is why it is called as 1S, 2S, 3S. In drone area, the battery we are naming as 1S, 2S, 3S batteries. We are not naming with the help of voltage. We are only naming with the help of S, say number of cells. So 6S will be coming in agricultural drones and all. Okay. So I think so I have covered a lot of things. So if you have any doubts, you can ask here. Okay. So, you can ask in the chat box if you have any problem. You can ask in the chat box, and otherwise, if you can unmute also, but it will be a little difficult. Around 60 people is here, so better you can ask in the chat box. I'm having a view of your chat box, so I have some questions here. Okay, Mission Planner is an open source software only, ma. I think Uma Maheshwari has asked this question. So Mission Planner is an open source platform software. So with that, you can plan your waypoints and you can configure your drone. So any other questions? If you want, I can show the Mission Planner also in the screen right now. So I'll open in my computer. Guys, the theory session is over. Now you are free to ask your questions. So I'm here to help you. So apart from theories, once if you ask questions, it will be easier for you to get clear of all the doubts that you're having, because if you make a call and all, it is little difficult. So if you ask here now, it will be answer for others questions also. So I am now showing the Mission Planner screen. So this is how a Mission Planner will be. So if you connect your drone, it will give information all about your drone, how much height it is flying here. I think you can see the screens, right? So it will show the altitude and ground speed, how much speed the drone is flying, and yawing. I have told you, how much degree it is turned from you, and distance to MAV from you to how much distance the drone is, and vertical speed is nothing but how much speed it is getting the height. Okay, so you have other data also. Gauges. So this will be using in aircrafts. In real aircrafts, they'll be using this gauges to measure the speeds and all. If you want to use, you can use this data. Same data is displayed in the HUD menu. HUD is nothing but heads-up display. So here you can see the altitude, and here you can see the vertical speed, and here it is air speed and ground speed, and this is your magnetic. If any magnetic interference is there, it will be turned red. So GPS data it will be showing here, and you can have data of your battery here. If I connect my drone, it will show you, and yawing degree will be here. So the green and blue, the center red line is there, no? It shows the level of your drone. If your drone is not level, it will show you. So this is what mission planning is. So this is our company, AFI Technology. It is only nearby to the road. So this is a Komoroguru Engineering College, and we are nearby to that. If you have, if you want to buy something, you can come here. So this H is called as home point. If you want to survey this area or this area, what you have to do is first you have to set the home. So option here is set home here. So if you want to put a waypoint, you can randomly do it here. Because your drone is having bigger camera, if you are flying a large area, you can easily fly with that. So you can vary all the height here. Default it is 100 meter. If you want to vary, you can change the parameters here. So and if you want to change some particular action in the point, so for example, it is a second waypoint. So if I want to make a land in a second waypoint, if I put land now, once it go to the second waypoint, it will land. So next action you have to command for the next waypoint. So after some time it will take off in a particular point. So like this you have different options here. So customized is also there, that is unknown action. So if you are planning to drop something now, you can put it there. So once you plan, you have to write it to the controller. Here you have options here, read, write. So read is for reading the points in the drone. Write is to write from your drone to the controller. You have a special options here. So these are all kbps speed. For if you are connecting in a telemetry wireless manner, now you have to use the speed 5600. Sorry, it is 9600. So setup, you have hardwares here. How to set up all the things like. So if I want to install a particular firmware in a flight controller, so if I want to use the controller in a fixed wing aircraft, I have to upload this firmware. If I want to use in a rover automatic vehicle, I can use the same controller in all these vehicles, even for quadcopter, hexacopter, and you may be seeing a drone with the propeller on upside and downside, two motors, and a hoverboat and also submarine you can use, and octocopter, tricopter, even helicopter also you can use. Okay, these are some different parameters. So once you've done all the planning, you can make a simulation how it will be covering the area. You can do it. So this is how mission planning will be. I'm going to wind up right now this thing. Okay, I can see the questions here. Good afternoon, sir. Have used drones for any corona condition or any project, sir? Yeah, we have used the agriculture drones for spraying the sanitizer in hospital areas, because for accessing the window and all, it is difficult. You may be seeing in the news the things where we only have gone to the particular place in the corona sensitive areas, and we have sprayed the sanitizers there. And also we have transported some masks, some others from one place to other with the help of drones. Any training class for students? How many months? So we are conducting training classes in Coimbatore itself, and also we are once the colleges are open, we are coming. We are planning to come visit your colleges to give you training in a regular basis. Like if you are coming first year up to the end, you will be having this drone training class because we have various different syllabuses there, and different type of drones is also there. So we'll be telling you from the start to the end how to design a drone, how to select the components, and how to source a component from particular country. Everything we are giving. Okay. Almost 10 minutes. Sorry, I forgot to silent it.
Participants can unmute themselves and ask their queries.
Guys, you can unmute and please ask the questions, or you can put it in the chat box, so it will be easy. So what I have in my table is the racing drone that I have told you know. So it is having the kV of 2600 kV motor. So it is a very fast motor, and the propellers are non-breakable propellers. That is a polycarbonate propellers we are using. So even if it go and hit also, the propellers will not break. So that is the advantage of this propellers. So you have to fly carefully this drone, and I have one more drone in my table, that is a hexacopter. It is powered with the help of NASA flight controller, the controller that DJI drones using. So the propellers I have removed here. So this is a hexacopter, and this is a micro drone. Without any programming, this drone can fly because the controller is already pre-programmed one. We are giving making of this drone for school students training. So even if you want to take a training also, you can contact us for making this type of drones. Okay. So any questions, please ask me. The time is going around 12:43 right now.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Sir, I have a question on the license. How to get the license for the drones, sir?
Yeah, drones. Thank you for your question. And drones under 250 grams doesn't require any license as per now in the DGCA. If your drone weighs above 250 grams, you have to register in the DGCA Digital Sky platform. So you have to navigate to the Digital Sky website, and you have to register your drone, and you have to take photos of your drone, and you have to upload it. So they will be asking who is the manufacturer of your drone. Even if it is a customized, you have an option to select the customized one. So once you select, they'll be asking all other parameters like how much battery you are using, how much your kV of motors you are using. They'll be asking all data of your drone along with the photo. Okay, and dimensions also they will be asking. Once you feed everything, they will be giving a number, that is UIN number, unique identification number. So once you get the number, you can fix it in your drone. Right now the government has moved only up to this giving UIN number. So after that they are planning to control your drone with the help of NPNT. NPNT is nothing but no permission, no takeoff. So once it is updated, your drone will not be take off in a what is that? Like airport areas, if you want to fly, you have to ask permission from the DGCA. Once they are okay, you can fly. Otherwise, you can't take off your drone. That is the option going to come. Right now, you can register simply in a DGCA Digital Sky platform. So other than no other regulations right now, and you should not reach height above 200 feet, and you should not fly in the commercial places without any local permission from the police or some other departments. Okay, if you want to fly now, you have to get permission. So apart from that, you should not cross above 200 feet. That is the most important one.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any other queries, participants?
प्रियदर्शनी की हैंड राइज
Can you just give me your email ID on the chat
Yeah,
box?
yeah. I'll send you. Before that, I can't access the keyboard right now, so I'll present the slide here so you can have a note it down. Where is that? So you can take it our mail ID. There is AFI Technologies India@gmail.com. This is our mail ID, and I'll give our contact numbers in the chat box. Please wait. Any questions, Ma? Any other questions?
Participants, if you are having any queries, you can ask.
I hope you people are not having any queries. Thank you, Nehru sir, for the informative and interesting session. Now
Thank you.
Associate Professor ECE to deliver out of time.
So good afternoon, everyone. I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks for today's webinar, Drones for Industry 4.0. First, I thank our webinar speaker, Mr. P. Nehru, for enlightening us with his knowledge. Today's webinar gave deep insights into the topic and also revealed some interesting facts. I am pretty sure the precious knowledge given will definitely help us in our studies and future. I would also like to thank our principal sir, executive director sir, deputy director sir for giving permission to organizing this webinar session. Once again, I especially thank our vice principal and the head of the department of ECE, Dr. B. Ramasubramanian sir, and the head of the department of EE, Dr. P. Ilakovan sir, and both department faculty members for their unflinching support and coordination. Our heartfelt thanks to our students for their active participation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.